Hey there, we're having some fun today. I'm with Stephanie Robbins. This is our third video where we are talking about the Joy Organics affiliate program, helping you understand the basics of what affiliate marketing is all about, some of the unique differences of Joy Organics and other types of affiliate programs. And so on this video, we're going to talk about really what are the successful affiliates doing. And so as we take a look at this and some of the tips that you can share with people who really want to build a successful business, talk about what you see the most successful affiliates doing. And obviously you have not only managed the Joy Organics affiliate program, but you have managed many others. This is not new for you. How many years experience do you have?
16.
16 years.
Which in affiliates is a lot.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. So 16 years of experience here. So you can tie in Joy Organics if you want, but let's just talk in a general, generic sense. Talk about successful affiliates. What do they do? How do they get started? Kind of walk us through really what you see as the ideal affiliate and how they operate and how they're so successful.
So this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart that I'm just going to kick off with. I will accept affiliates that don't have a website. However, all of my top performers have a website. And when someone talks to me like, what more can I do, Steph, to create more commissions? The first thing I say is a website. And when I say website, I mean website or blog. I mean, it could be Wix, it could be WordPress. It doesn't have to be, a specific type. It doesn't even have to be crazy deep, but it has to have a website. And the reason is social media is great. It's a great way to get the word out. The only problem is you don't own it at all. So you build that Instagram following with 2,000, 25,000. If Instagram just decides, I don't want her to show up in the algorithm anymore. I've decided CBD, no more showing up in the feed. There is nothing you can do. Your website, you own that. You control that. It's your content. So I always say use social media to drive people to the site. Once they're on the site, give them really great content and make sure you have a catch to collect their email address, because my top converting marketing method is email, hands down. It's not dead, despite what people may think. It's not dead.
So really it's about people building a quality website that is offering real value to consumers. It makes me think of my blog, Little Things Matter, where I was focused on giving such great value to people. And by doing that, you build trust, people follow you, they believe what you have to say, and really use your social sites to drive people to your website. Maybe have a pop-up after 30 seconds where you offer them something of benefit. They give you their email address. They then subscribe to your newsletters, blogs, whatever it is that you're publishing. And at that point, they can be effective in communicating. And like you just said, the most successful affiliates not only have websites, but they have email lists, and they're marketing to those email lists, and they've built trust with those followers on those email lists. Is that
right? And they're using social media too, but they're diversifying. They're not just focused on the hottest social media. They're not just focused on TikTok or Instagram or Marco Polo, whatever is going on. They're diversifying, and they're owning their content, and they're creating great content. And you talk to anybody about marketing, especially like online marketing, content is king. It doesn't matter what algorithm changes on Facebook or Google or YouTube or whatever. If you have good quality content that helps consumers answer questions, you're going to be okay. You're going to do well. So if you can focus on that, what are people asking? What do people need? And how can I help them? You're going to be successful. You're going to be able to ride all those crazy waves.
And so really I'm just going to put affiliates in two buckets. One are the people who are just saying, I want to be an affiliate. I'm just going to start right now being an affiliate for the first time in my life. And then you've got the people who are already people who've got successful followings. And it may be, let's just take a pain doctor as an example, who might have a website that he's written some great content for it. He's never even maybe tried to monetize that content. His site is ranking, and I know you do a lot of outreach to different sites that are ranking for different keyword phrases, and talk to them about the benefits of being an affiliate. So let's say that somebody's got an existing site, and it's not one on CBD, it's an existing site on another topic, but they really connect with Joy Organics for whatever reason. They want to promote our products, they want to be paid an affiliate commission. Let's assume it's just a health and wellness site as an example. What would your advice be to somebody like that in order to really take advantage of this growth with CBD and the ability to monetize their traffic by driving people to the Joy Organics site?
First and foremost, educate yourself on CBD. Whether it's through the Empires of Joy podcast or the books that we recommend or on your own research, make sure you know what you're talking about. It's easy to get tripped up if you don't. You lose credibility immediately. And then create content, educational content. Focus on education and the selling will come easier. And then the other really big tip that I always say is don't be afraid to get in front of the camera, which is ironic because that's what we're doing right now. Whether it's YouTube or even a video on your site, the more personal you can make your experience and the reason why you selected this brand, not just the bullet points of benefits, but like what are your personal reasons that you selected Joy Organics? Why did this product work for you and how did it work for you? The higher your conversion rates are going to be. So I think authenticity and content would be the two big things.
Yeah, it's interesting because for my sales team, and I lead up all of our partnerships, I teach them that your highest conversion rates are face-to-face because that's where you build trust. Second is through a Zoom video conference where you're able to dialogue and people can see you and connect with you. Third would be through videos, okay? And YouTube is a great way for us to have people see who we are at Joy Organics and determine, hey, do I like these guys, not like them? Are we providing good content and helping them? And then, you have phone calls behind videos and then, personalized emails, and then worst are the mass things. Hey, everybody.
Right.
So obviously you're finding that the affiliates using videos to really kind of share their story. I had a challenge, I used CBD, Joy Organics, here's the results I had. Is that the type of video that you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Or Facebook Lives where it can be interactive. I mean, all sales is relationship building. And the best way to build a relationship is if it's more than a monologue. If they're able to ask questions, whether they're collected in advance or happening on a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live, just giving that ability to share your knowledge and your personal experience is what's really going to convert that. And as you said, in person's always great, but I mean, at this day and age, I think a lot of us feel like being able to talk to somebody and text somebody while they're talking is almost as good as in person.
Yes. And so if somebody's got a site that is existing, it's getting a lot of traffic because they have already been building credibility with their followers, how are and I'm just curious on this myself, but you've got all kinds of banners that they can have. They can put a top banner, they can put side banners on their website. So there's not making a personal endorsement. They're not even talking about Joy Organics, but they have banners. How do those banners convert?
You might get some sales that way. I like to think of the banners as just supporting marketing. So you have a really great review or you have a really great article and then there's a banner off to the side. Like so many things, sometimes it takes like a couple times to look at something before you're like, oh, I am going to click and purchase that. Banners are great to have in the site, but they just can't be the only thing. People are going to click because they trust you and you're recommending the product. A banner doesn't necessarily recommend the product. It's just more of an ad. That's how people view it.
So I'm going to throw a wild question at you here that I just thought of as I was sitting here.
Oh, great.
When people come to the Joy Organics site, we put a cookie or a pixel on their computer and then we're able to retarget them. So if somebody came to our site and they're looking at our soft gels, they're going to start seeing our soft gels everywhere they go.
Right.
Have you considered where affiliates would maybe sell us, I don't even know how it would work, where they could sell us their pixels or cookies and we could retarget them? Is that something you've explored by chance, or is there people out there or companies doing that type of thing?
We have talked to a few people about that. Some people have said yes, some people are like, you're not touching my site.
Yeah, okay, so we would put a pixel on the site and then we would be able to retarget those people, but would that connect to the affiliate? They would have to come to Joy Organics, right, for a cookie to be placed so we recognize them? Or...
Right. That's a separate type of deal. And that deal is usually a flat fee or impressions. But what's really great about the retargeting is they have that 60-day cookie. So if somebody doesn't make the purchase right away, and then they decide like a week from now they want to make the purchasing, because our retargeting is not an affiliate, that just helps our affiliates. So it helps convert for them. So anytime somebody goes, they get followed with those amazing ads that our marketing team puts together, and that dramatically increases our conversion rates and is one of the reasons why we have such a high conversion rate.
So, so a person's got a site, they promote Joy Organics, the person ends up on Joy Organics site from their site. That way we recognize they came from that site. Now we retarget them everywhere they go.
Right.
And because we've had, is it a cookie or a pixel? Is that the proper term, or is it both?
We're not really saying cookie anymore because there's been all these browser updates.
Okay.
And so the technology has changed. So I think maybe we say pixel.
Okay. So then a pixel would be put on their computer so that we know they looked at the soft gels, and then wherever they go on the internet, they're seeing the ads.
Yeah.
And so now we're basically paying to retarget these people for the affiliates, which is why you said our conversion rates are so high for the affiliates.
Right. And a lot of brands, they have an affiliate do the retargeting. So you can imagine how that goes.
Yeah.
Right? Now they click on that banner. You know, one of the things that we really focus on is we want to make sure the person who introduced Joy Organics, which as you know is like the hardest part of the sale, is that first like, hey, check out this brand. We want to make sure they're getting the commissions and not somebody who's at the end of the funnel kind of picking up the people that have already like 90% closed.
Okay, interesting. And so now let's talk about the person who is new to affiliate marketing. You know, they really want to build a website, they want to offer value, and they want to be able to monetize that website through an affiliate marketing arrangement, maybe with multiple companies offering different types of services. What would your top tips be to somebody new to this space?
My biggest tip is content is king. You'll hear me say that all the time. Create great educational content. And then the other one is build the relationship before you start selling. I think of this as like LinkedIn, because I know you're on LinkedIn a lot. And a lot of times people will connect with me and I'll look and I'll be like, oh yeah, we're in the same industry. Like, of course I'll connect with you. Like, we'll share some knowledge. And then the next email that comes at me is a sales pitch, right?
I immediately unfollow those people. I
right?
mean,
It's a
I have no patience for
turn
that.
off.
Yeah.
It's no different. That's just sales, right?
Yeah.
Like, focus on the relationship. Make sure they're your people, you know? Explain to them why, you know, they should follow you. Education, content, expertise, not necessarily in CBD, but maybe in some other aspect. Like I said, health coaches are another great one, or just somebody who's passionate about health and wellness, or who has an interesting health and wellness journey. You know, I've overcome an autoimmune disease, and this is how I did it, you know, things of that nature. Then monetize it.
Okay. Yeah, and you know, again, I can relate to what you're saying because I started my blog, Little Things Matter, years ago. It's a blog on personal and professional development. And, you know, there's not an ad on the site. I mean, you know, I have not pitched them on anything, so I've got huge credibility if there was a time that I wanted to sell them on something. But I focused first on offering value.
Right.
That built the followers that made that blog so successful.
And then the other thing is, once you do start monetizing, don't monetize everything.
Yeah.
And be really particular about who you go to bed with, who you partner with. You know? So if you're monetizing a somewhat less credible or effective CBD company, and then somebody tries that because it was a lower price, but it didn't work, they're not going to come back and go, well, okay, now this one really does work. Well, you've lost your credibility, you know? And then just don't constantly be selling.
Yeah, I've seen blogs where I've signed up and I feel like I'm being marketed to every single time, and I just unsubscribe because I'm just tired of that.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about websites where I'm seeing a pop-up everywhere. Every page I'm seeing stuff is like, I want to get off this website. And so it's really about treating people the way you'd want to be treated, offering value, connecting with them, and again, through videos and other methods too, right? Where you're really able to build relationships.
And be really particular about how you monetize. So I wrote a blog post once that says AdSense makes me cry. AdSense is the auto ads that people can put because it's like an easy way to monetize. Like, oh, I don't even need to join different affiliate programs. I can just put this little widget here. I'm going to make a lot of money. Well, they don't have any idea what's going to show up in that little box, right? And most consumers don't know, like, oh, that's a widget, and they didn't actually control that. They just think, like, this person is promoting that product?
And they're all competitors a lot of times because the
Yes.
stuff they have on there is about their weight
Keywords,
loss, and then
yes.
everybody's got a weight loss ad up there.
Exactly. And it's like, you don't want to necessarily be associated with the, lose 30 pounds in 10 days ad if what you're pitching is holistic, steady weight loss. So that's like a great example. And even if you're just, talking about different products, like what products do you want to show up there? You want it to be relevant. You want to be selective. And yes, you can narrow it down based on category, but building that relationship with the brand, trying their products, understanding their products, not only going to make more money because the commissions are higher, so that's another side of that, but you're not going to hurt your reputation in the process of trying to make a little extra money.
And then obviously people need to do the basics on search engine optimization so their websites can be found, but they really have to, really build social pages so they can kind of be building an audience through multiple different ways and then ultimately driving them to their website, capturing email addresses, and then marketing them through email.
Yep. Build your tribe, build those relationships first, then monetize it.
Any final tips, suggestions you would have either for new affiliates, experienced affiliates? What could you share just from your 17 years of experience? Hey, here's some really good ideas.
I would say for new affiliates, don't be shy about telling people to click, like the call to action. Sometimes that's a really common thing where they're like, oh, I don't want to be too salesy. So I know we're saying don't be too salesy, but you also have to just put yourself out there, like click here, because this is a great product and I believe in it. If you're authentic about your recommendation, it's okay to say that. And if you're providing other valued resources. As far as experienced affiliates, I think the biggest thing is be careful who you partner with and make sure you try the product. Don't get into a situation where you're recommending something that you're not 100% behind. And if you do get behind something that it turns out you're like, I kind of wish I hadn't done it, be authentic, be truthful.
Yeah, and one of the things also I will just share, because my son is Jared, our Chief Marketing Officer, and so I know everything about conversions on the website. But there's different methods of pixel sharing among CBD companies, and we're kind of in a pool where we have pixels from other visitors to other CBD sites, and they have ours, but we have the highest conversion rate. So Jared says, hey man, we're the big winner in that whole thing because of our high conversion rates. And so, talk about conversion rates and how that plays a role in people's ultimate success. I mean, obviously with our retargeting and everything.
I mean, retargeting helps. We have a great site that's easy to navigate. You can increase, as an affiliate, you can increase your conversion rates by providing as much information as possible before they go to our site. And then obviously our site will support that information. Another great, and it's a little outside of the box that's unusual for Joy Organics, is we have this amazing blog and resources like our CBD 101 section. You can actually use an affiliate link and send people to those pages as well. So if you focus on education, the conversion rates are going to come. If you're passionate about the product, the conversion rates are going to come. If you increase your audience, but that audience is somebody that you're connected with and who's somebody who's a viable consumer, then your conversion rates are going to increase. Where you see the low conversion rates is if you're just kind of like throwing out a net and go, wow, I really hope that works. Then your conversion rates are going to go down. Once you get them to the store and they're, you have the pricing right on your site so that it makes sense when they go to the site, it matches up, or the product names match up, or the pictures match up, then your conversion rates are going to be great because our conversion rates, Joy Organics conversion rates, are great.
So it's interesting. So somebody could really write an article about maybe some health topic and say, CBD has been shown to help people in this. If you want to learn more about CBD, here's a great guide called the Ultimate CBD Guide. They link to our guide. We then pixel them. We retarget them if they don't buy. So now
Right.
they're continuing to see CBD ads. And obviously when they go and educate themselves on CBD, it might be that they want to try CBD. They come back to Joy Organics. And so it's kind of a really cool indirect way
Yeah.
where you're not even selling, you're just referring them to a resource on our website where they can learn more about CBD.
Exactly. And there's so much, there's content about pets, and there's content about just general CBD, and even some great CBD drinks, fall drinks and holiday drinks. There's so many resources there. And essentially you're piggybacking off of our great conversion rates.
So in that case, then what people really should do is kind of go through our blog, look at all the different articles, see if there's anything there that may be something that would be of value with something they're writing about in the future. But they could also probably go back to maybe one of their articles that is getting a high readership that might be ranking, that they could even go back and add a paragraph in there that it could be on some specific topic that relates to CBD, and they could write something and link to an article in an existing post. They could even, in that old article that is ranking, they could even talk about, hey, the company that I would recommend if you're going to use CBD is Joy Organics, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And once they click on that affiliate link, you've got 60 days to convince them. And now you've got Joy Organics on your team.
So it's not really then just about maybe creating new content they're promoting, but taking existing content that's ranking and going back to that content and adding either educational links to learn more about CBD or even some other type of marketing message.
Absolutely. So I think it's the end of the day, so I'm a little focused on drinks right now.
Yeah, we're going to have drinks after this.
So let's just say 2 years ago, you created a great post about natural holiday drinks, like your holiday drinks made a little bit cleaner. And that's optimized really well. And it's not even focused on CBD. But now you can add in some of Joy Organics recipes that are already on the site and onto that list of that page that's already getting organic traffic. And then they click for that orange tincture, which not many CBD companies have, and you make the sale.
It's interesting thinking about that, because on my blog, again, just how I relate with Little Things Matter, I've got, how to be a great holiday guest and all the things you can do. Call in advance, say, hey, can I bring something, stay later, help clean up. And so what I found myself doing every holiday season is re-promoting that on my Facebook page, which, I had 50,000 followers. I don't know, I haven't looked at it in about a year now because I'm not active on it. But, I would promote that, and I would end up getting, several thousand visitors from that article back from the Facebook posting to the article, and they're rereading it. And so another thing I could have done is put something in there, on a using our CBD energy drink, maybe for hangovers or something.
Yeah, or here's a gift, because you're going to have a headache later. Here's some CBD. But I think that's the low-hanging fruit. And also don't forget, on the blogs it has the date, and people don't necessarily want to read content that's 2 years old. You can change that publish date. You can make a couple changes, if it was top tips for 2017 holiday parties. There's no rule that says you can't change it to 2019 and 2020 next year and update that date so that they're looking oh, this is all current. So now you're pushing it out through your social media, through your email blasts, your existing followers, but you're also getting that organic stream as well of people just who happen to be finding it that weren't even your followers, but they're reading this great article and they're oh, I trust this person because it's exactly what I was looking for.
I love it. A lot of great ideas. We could go on forever.
We could. And just last thing on that, Google Analytics is your best friend. That's how you find out which articles get the most traffic. And of those articles, are people clicking away? Are they staying on it? Are they, clicking on the affiliate links? Are they going to other pages? All that information is in Google Analytics, which is an amazing tool that is free.
So they just sign up for Google Analytics, and then at that point, once they sign up, they can start seeing everything from that point. They can't see it before then. So if you don't have Google Analytics on your site, you want to go get it on your site immediately.
Right away.
You can see what country they're coming from, how long they're on the site, what the traffic sources are for the different articles. Great information.
And keywords that are bringing them in.
Yeah,
So much great information.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie, for being here today and being part of these interviews. And thank you for watching. And hopefully you've got some good ideas. And if you'd like to learn more about the Joy Organics affiliate program, what should they do?
They can email me at affiliates@joyorganics.com. They could go to joyorganics.com/affiliates. They could check out our resource center at joyorganicsaffiliates.com. So lots of things with affiliates in it, but I'm sure we'll have it all in the notes section.
Great. And your Facebook page, that's private. You have to wait until you're an affiliate to get joined into that. Is that correct?
Yes, because they get the top secret information. So we can't just
nice.
have that for anybody. Plus, I got to make sure that there's no spammers in there annoying people.
Yeah, yes. Well, you're doing a great job, and we
Thanks.
love what you're doing. So thanks so much, and thank you for watching.